but there's a crispness in this, and I think that's the pear that I'm smelling. And it's also a little bit refreshing, partly because I don't really have anything that has pear in it, and then also pears smell pretty nice to me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about my favorite springtime fragrances. I cannot believe we're coming up on spring. It's still technically winter, and I don't think it's technically springtime until like March 18th, 21st, something like that. I don't really know, but I know a lot of you guys like to kind of plan in advance for your fragrances, kind of get them in order for the upcoming season. So I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite springtime fragrances that I have currently in my collection. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so I have 4 fragrances that I want to share with you in no particular order, so the first one I'm going to share is Jo Malone Basil and Neroli cologne. It says cologne, but it's for men or for women, but honestly this one is definitely leaning a little feminine. It's kind of like a green fragrance, but when I say green, it doesn't smell straight like grass, but it's in that family. It has a citrus note too, which I guess is the Basil Neroli complex. This is really, really good. I have talked about this fragrance before. The first time I got a compliment on this, it was actually my Lyft driver. He was like, what are you wearing? You smell so great. And I was like, Basil Neroli. At that time, I just had a little sample, and then I got it again, and this is just perfect for the springtime. So if you're like, if you're really into fresh scents and you don't want something overly green, like overly nature smelling, this is a really, really good suggestion. So the next one I have is Versace's Dylan Blue, and guys, the bottle alone is like, I must have you. You are baby. I love you. Let me look at you all day. Look at this bottle. It is perfect. Like, you feel like a Greek goddess when you see this in your room. You feel like you have $1 million, but you don't. $1 million, even if you don't. But what I like about this one is how easy this one is to wear. It has a very clean scent. So some of the notes for this one are rose, jasmine, peach, petalia, rosifolia. Some of these I have never even heard of, but it's very clean. And when I first smelled this, I thought it kind of smells like a really expensive shampoo. This can definitely be an everyday scent. They also make this version for men as well. So if you and your boo thing want to be fragrance twins, this is a good option for that. But I'm really drawn to it because of the bottle. But it's also, I do find myself reaching for it when I do find myself reaching for this when I'm doing very casual outfits. So this is also a good fragrance if you're wearing sweats, going on an errand, you want to look and smell good, but like don't try too hard. This is a really good one. The next one I have to mention, guys, you've heard me mention this before. This is Prada La Femme. And the bottle, again, is very, very cute. So some of the notes in this one are magnolia, bergamot. Guys, I love bergamot. I've said that time and time again. I love bergamot in fragrances. Frangipani, tuberose, ylang-ylang, iris, and spices. Base notes are beeswax, vanilla, and vetiver. The beeswax is what really shines through in this fragrance, and I think that's why I like it, because I've never smelled a fragrance like this. I don't even know of another fragrance that has beeswax in it. So if you're looking for something a little different, definitely still a feminine scent. It is floral, but it's not overly floral. I tend to not like overly floral scents because I just don't. It's just not my cup of tea. But I would say that this is a good fragrance that can cross over to a lot of different people. I recently suggested this to my aunt. She hasn't received it yet, but I'm super excited to know her thoughts on it. I also think that this could work for a wide variety of age range of people. I think would like this scent. So definitely worth at least smelling and trying, because I have to restrain myself from using all of this up because I love it so much. Okay, so the last fragrance I want to mention is Another 13 by Labo. I feel like this fragrance, when I first got it, I was wearing it all the time, and then as I got different fragrances, it just kind of fell to the back. But honestly, I really like this. This is another clean but slightly citrusy fragrance. Let me read the notes for this one. So if you're unfamiliar with the Labo scents, actually it's whatever number it is by the name of the fragrance is how many notes are in this fragrance. So this one has 13 notes. This one is described as a woody oriental fragrance. This is actually unisex, and I can see that this could be unisex. So the notes are amberous, musk, pear, and then musk mallow, amberette. And there's some other ones in there too, but I don't know how to pronounce them, so I'm not gonna try. This is definitely not overly musky, because if you're like me, I don't like overly musky fragrances because it smells cheap to me, but there's a crispness in this, and I think that's the pear that I'm smelling. And it's also a little bit refreshing, partly because I don't really have anything that has pear in it, and then also pears smell pretty nice to me. So that combined with the musk and then the other notes in here, I think is a really good balance. And it's also this is a very non-offendable fragrance. So if you have someone that has like a sensitive nose, or if you have a sensitive nose, or you want to smell nice but you don't want to be like bam in your face, this is a really good one for that. It's good for every day. I used to wear this every day to the office, and you still get compliments, but because it's not a bam in your face, I didn't get as many compliments, but that's fine. About Labo fragrances is that the longevity definitely is there, both with Another 13 and the Santal fragrance that I have. The longevity is there so much to where I spray it on my clothes, and then 2 days later I still smell it on my clothes. So if you're looking for a long-lasting fragrance, search no more. I've found it for you. Basically everything in the Labo house I freaking love. That might actually be my favorite fragrance house that I've tried so far. I hope that this video was interesting. I hope that you found some really good fragrance options for the spring time in this video. Let me know what fragrances you're looking forward to wearing in the spring, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.